Alright, hi, hello, my name is Andrew. This channel is basically just like my public journal where I'm documenting my journey towards success and self-actualization and just sharing my lessons, sharing my mistakes, sharing my successes, my failures, and everything that I've learned to help you who is probably walking on a similar path. And in this video, I just want to talk about all of my successes and wins from this week because this week has been pretty fucking good, I'm not gonna lie. I accomplished a lot. And so first things first, I just want to go over kind of how I'm starting to approach online business. So this is something that I have been debating, talking about because I've not seen that many people doing it. Actually, I've not seen a single person doing this yet. So I don't even know if this is like a good business model, or like if it actually works because I've never seen anyone do it, or it's new, you know. So this is something that I completely came up with, and that is kind of part of the reason why I am a little bit on the edge of wanting to share it or not, because I don't want anyone taking my ideas. But the whole purpose of me making this channel, the whole purpose of me making content is to document my journey and to really elaborate on my way of thinking on how to become successful. So the business model that I am looking at, the one that I like created, or like I don't want to say that I created it because I haven't really even been making money from it yet, and also because of the fact that like what I said earlier, I'm not sure of who else is doing this. It's just, I don't know. I just figured it out and I just want to try it out, see if it works. Hopefully it does work. But the business model is personal brand scaling. So if you are familiar with the two well-known business models of brand scaling and a personal brand, this personal brand scaling business model basically just combines those two. So if you don't know what a personal brand is, basically it's like what every single content creator, what every single online influencer is doing right now is basically just turning themselves into their content niche, right? Like they just talk about their interests, their passions, and just turn it into valuable content. And by valuable, I just mean content that actually helps people, right? It's just content that adds some sort of value to the viewer's life, whether it be helping them, whether it be entertaining them. Like some examples of an entertainment personal brand would be like Markiplier or Jacksepticeye, right? Like their entire channel is based off of their personality, right? Like let's be real, we don't really watch them for like the actual game that they're playing or something like that, or like challenge that they're doing. We're watching them because they're funny, right? We like who they are as a person. That is their personal brand. And for a like self-improvement kind of personal brand, like all of these gurus that are just making content that is around helping and educating people, like their personal brand is just them talking about their interests. So say let's look at Iman Ghazi, right? His personal brand is just him talking about like business, finance, SMMA, productivity, self-improvement, things like that. Like he's just talking about the things that he likes and the things that he finds important in his life. So that is what a personal brand is. That was a pretty shit explanation, but um, moving on. Brand scaling is a business model where you're just using paid ads to scale someone's brand or like someone's company. I mean, so if you know the YouTuber Brez Scales, he is kind of like the biggest person surrounding this business model. But again, like the whole idea is to just scale someone's company or to scale someone's business. And usually that is with through like paid ads or copywriting. But where my idea comes into play is to scale personal brands, right? To help other content creators like grow their personal brand, to grow their channel, to grow their uh, self niche. And the way that I have broken this down is here. I'll just show you with this journal. So you see I wrote this at December 23, 2024, which is Monday. So this was the start of the week. And basically, I would just ask myself, how can I make money for other people? Because if I could help other people make money, then they will, pay me to help them make money, right? That is all really an agency is, or like service-based business is. I'm not really looking to make this an agency. I just kind of wrote that down because I was thinking of it in the moment, but right now it's not really going to be an agency. It's just going to be me. But so I was just looking at what are the main pillars of a personal brand, and I got this from this YouTuber named Danco, which he's basically the one that like created the idea of a personal brand. So the four main pillars of a personal brand is a person's goals, that's their brand. Oh wait, actually I have a better page where I talk about this. Let me go find that real quick. All right, so I think it would be better if I actually showed you where I got this little breakdown from. So this is on Danco's personal website. So goals, so what do you want out of life? That is your brand, all right? What are you leading people towards? And then your problems is what is standing in your way from achieving your goals. That becomes your content. So what roadblocks will your audience encounter? And then systems, so how did you solve the problem? That turns into any products that you could sell to your audience. So how can they solve their problems faster? So how can you make a product that helps your audience solve the problems of your life a lot faster than how you did? And then the benefits, how has it impacted your life? This becomes the marketing for your products. So why would they care about your message? So this is basically the four main pillars of a personal brand. And so what I did to like kind of break down how I'm going to do this for this specific business model is, so first I have to identify a creator's goal. So I just have to find some random creator that I could help scale their brand. And the first step to do that is to identify their goals, right? So I'm just looking at their content and breaking it down into more digestible topics. Or I could consult what they want out of life. That's probably not something I'm going to do. I should probably cross that out. And like what I was saying earlier, just look at their existing content and just figure it out who they are personally, right? That's like, because it's a personal brand, you are trying to be as authentic as possible to really show your personality, right? Because for a personal brand, you want the niche to be you, right? You are the niche. So you don't want to like sugarcoat anything. You want to be as authentic as possible. And so if I'm going to do that for someone else, I have to really learn about who that person is. And then after I really figure out who they are and what their goals are, I have to figure out ways that they could lead people towards a similar path. So I have to identify someone's problems, right? So figure out how to solve the problems hindering them from achieving their goals. And I would like to apologize for my handwriting because I was writing this really fast and I wrote this without the intention of someone else reading it. But then, yeah, so then after I figure out the problems that prevent this creator from reaching their goals, I turn those problems into content. And so after I identify someone's problems, I would identify systems. So what are some ways that they've solved previous goals in their lives, or how they're solving existing problems right now? And then I could also potentially turn these systems into products. And then after, just identify benefits of the things that they have done and use these benefits as a marketing strategy. So let's just do a quick practice with Brez, right? Brez Scales. This is the guy that I was talking about for the brand scale business. So let's just make up some things. So let's first identify his goal. His goal, let's just say, is to make money so he could buy cars, right? He's a huge car guy. So now we have to identify some problems that are preventing Brez from achieving his goals. So let's just make up some stuff. Let's just say that he has a problem with a phone addiction, right? Let's just say that he's addicted to social media. So now what are some systems, some ways that we could solve this social media addiction? Well, let's say he could get into meditation, right? So that is one of the systems that we could use to solve that problem. And so we turn that into content, right? On how he can like address how he's solving his social media addiction with meditation. And so the results that he gets with that idea, we can use those benefits as a form of marketing, right? So say that if he wants to make a meditation course or something, right? We can use the results that he got from quitting social media to help market for that meditation course. And also, I wanted to take you through my process of how how I implemented this system of breaking down someone's personal brand into my own personal brand. So, my goals, right? Keeping in mind the goals to brand, problems to content, systems to product, and benefits to marketing. My goals are faith, so to get closer with God, personal brand scaling, so to make money online basically, and to make content documenting my journey. And so, my brand, the thing that I am leading my audience towards, is going to be, faith, praying, Bible study, uh, doing good, being a good person, documentation, so self improvement, synthesizing the ideas of other people, and then just sharing my lessons, and then career, so business, um, health, because I plan to make a career in health, and also lifestyle design. So just creating the future that I want, which is combining business and health with content creation. And then these three things will turn into content. And now for the problems, right? The problems that are preventing me from reaching my goals would just be for faith, temptations, doubt, and evil, and just bad things around in earth. There's a lot of degeneracy and negativity in this world, so I have to figure out a way to combat that and to get around that. And then documentation would just be lack of self-awareness, trouble making content, and blockages in self-improvement. And then career would just be like feeling lost or overwhelmed about the future, actually starting and like taking action. It is just like how when people say that the hardest part about business is taking that first step, that really is the hardest part about business, is just taking that first step. So like starting is going to be a huge problem, and also just bad habits. Um, I don't know what that says, but yeah. And then we could move over into how I could turn those problems into content. So faith, I could make a video talking about how to overcome temptation, or how to stop gossiping, how to shield yourself from the evil in this world, how and why I turn to God, and why I'm like making content around that. And then for documentation, I can make videos on how I created my first 50 YouTube videos, or how and why I actually started self-improvement at 15 years old in the first place, how I turned my social media addiction to a form of self-improvement, how I consume social media content for self-improvement. And then for career, how to find a career you actually love, how to create your own career instead of being assigned to one. And then the idea that all you need is a North Star, or just like an overarching life goal. And so I have to turn those systems into products. And so these are just like future product ideas. I don't know. I'm not really too sure yet. And so, yeah, this is pretty much like sort of a rough breakdown of what the business model is and how I'm going to try it. So, yeah, hopefully I explained that good. That was kind of shit, I'm not gonna lie, but yeah. Moving on to the next big win of the week, we have actually pitching my offer to my first like potential client, right? But I'm doing it for free, right? I'm doing all of this for free. I made an entire like Google Doc of how I could scale his personal brand for free. So, do I want to show you that? All right, sure. I'll be a good person and a man of my word, because I've been saying that I'll share everything with you. So in this doc, I just explained why I created this for him, and then I gave him like a template for 3 different YouTube videos. They all follow like this framework of intro, big problem, big benefit, objections, personal experience, and then an actionable framework that the audience can implement into their lives. So I did this 3 times for YouTube videos, and then I gave them a 7-day X post strat. So Monday, 3 tweets, Tuesday, 3 tweets, Wednesday, 3 tweets, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Excuse me. And then some other content strats to grow his personal brand. I gave him an idea of a private community and a newsletter. But like, it's not the greatest. Honestly, it's not good at all. But like, the whole idea of me doing it and of me doing it for free is to just get the experience, because I'm never going to get better at it if I just sit on my ass all day and think about it. I have to actually do it. Like, you ever see like that meme of um, don't be the thinker, be the doer, or something like that? Like that shit is so true. Like, starting an online business is something that I've been thinking about doing since I was like 15 years old, and I'm 17 now. So like 2 years of me just thinking about doing it and just learning, watching a bunch of YouTube videos and never taking action, like that has really all like starting to catch up to me, because now that I'm older, I wish that I had started earlier so that I could get the experience from doing it sooner rather than later. So it's it's not good, but I will improve upon it and to get better at it. So for the next time that I pitch something like this and I do something like this for free, they will actually see results. Yeah. So that is the second win of this week, was that I was able to connect with a creator that I was interested in potentially scaling. Um, the next is going to be I got closer with God. I have been making some videos about my faith and my view on religion, and now I am probably going to make a whole separate video on why I'm deciding on making more content around faith and my religion, because I do know that that is a touchy subject and not a lot of creators talk about that. But again, this is my journey, this is my personal brand, and I just want to document like, what I think and what I'm doing to live life to the fullest and to self actual self actual self actualize. Jeez, bro, why was that so hard to say? But I also want to say that I will never force you to believe in my religion or to just believe in anything that I say, because I do understand that everyone has the right to their own beliefs and everyone has the right to their own religion. So I'm never gonna like force it upon your throat. Like, it's just, I'm just sharing my viewpoint, right? And I think one of the most important skills to have is to just be open minded, because like, you don't have to agree with every single thing that someone says, right? Because there's a lot of influencers that I watch. I don't agree with everything that I say, but there are some points of what they say that I do agree and resonate with, just not all of them. So I think the beauty about consuming knowledge in this creator economy is that everyone has their own unique perspective and different viewpoints, and you don't have to align with every single one of those viewpoints. You can take different perspectives and ideas from various different creators and just form your own beliefs, right? So I don't know, that's my philosophy behind it. So I don't think it's a big deal whether I make religious content or not. But like what I said, I'm not going to be one of those people that try and force everything down your throat. So moving on to my next win is that I have been becoming a lot more active on X. I built like a pretty small X network, but I am pretty proud of it just because it's my first time really using X for this type of purpose of actually making content. And I will also make a whole separate video on what I learned on how to grow on X, and what steps I did. Damn, these mopers, bro. Oh my gosh. What the bro, these mopers are crazy loud. But yeah, so I will make like a separate video just because I don't want this video to be too long, because then that means I have to spend more time editing, and editing is my least favorite part about making videos. So, um, yeah. And so my next win, or I guess in this case, one of the biggest things that I learned from this week is the idea of doubling down on what works. So, what I mean by this, the idea of doubling down on your content is to just expand on what has proven to show you results, right? So let's take Ali Abdal for example. He is a productivity YouTuber with 6 million subs, right? He has a book and everything. He's one of the most successful business people that is on YouTube, right? So his channel blew up because he started talking about productivity. And so what he did is that he just doubled down on that topic. He expanded the idea of productivity into various other niches. So what this means is that he took the topic of productivity and he connected it to other topics like tech, self-improvement, health, reading, writing, business, right? And so what he did was that he connected all of those subtopics into that main topic of productivity. And so the reason why this resonated with me so much was that it gave me an idea of what I can double down or expand on. So the reason why my channel has 2,000 subs is actually because my channel blew up because of the Huberman Lab podcast summaries that I used to make. So the topic with those were just health, right? And health is actually something that I am passionate for, something that I've been talking about a lot on this channel, that I actually really enjoy health, right? That's the reason why I was watching those videos in the first place. And I took a lot of notes on his podcast, and I just recorded myself reading those notes. Like I would take a journal, write down notes from a podcast, and just read it out loud to the camera. Like that's how I made videos back then. And so I just have to double down on the idea or on the topic of health, right? So I'm just going to expand everything I talk about into the topic of holistic health, right? Self-improvement. So everything that I talk about is going to go into that main topic, that North Star topic, which is going to be holistic health. And so just like a brief explanation on what holistic health is and what my idea is with this, just so it doesn't feel kind of like random in the midst of this video. So living a healthy life doesn't just encapsulate, being fit, right? It also encapsulates having good mental health, good spiritual health, a good well-being, and all of the things that I talk about will kind of go into those three things. Because what's the point of having a healthy body if you're not happy with the rest of your life, right? Because then that would lead to depression, to anxiety, and those things will then deteriorate your physical health. And so the idea of holistic health is that everything in your life contributes to your health, right? Your job, your career, your family, your friends, your relationships, your level of productivity, whether you read or meditate or journal, whether you have an online business or you work a job, like everything you do contributes to your health. And again, this is probably something I'm going to talk about in a later video, but it's just, I just have so much ideas in my head right now, and I don't know how to kind of word everything, and I just need more time to really flesh out what I'm thinking. Because if I try and explain everything right now, then it's just not gonna make sense, and everything is gonna be scattered. So, honestly, this is all just me not being very good at explaining and recording things, but I will get better at it, and I will work towards making better videos and better content. But let's just continue with the rest of this video, which is focused on my wins of this week. So The next win is that I learned the lesson of plug and play. So what this means is basically just it's sort of like copying. You're just taking what already works from other content creators and just plugging in your ideas into their frameworks. So the way that I have been doing this is with X. So I just be scrolling on the home feed. Then if I see a post that I like, I just kind of like copy it, paste it into some sort of document to where I could write, and then I just plug in my own ideas, and then I just post it. Like that's all it really is. Um, and like, yeah, it is sort of like copying, but it is teaching me how to construct my own tweets, um, and to help me learn copywriting and how to write impactful posts on X and how to actually like write valuable content because I'm taking ideas from other people and I'm interpreting them into my lens and I'm producing my own product. So this is basically just like synthesizing, right? With the whole idea of being a synthesizer, right? Taking ideas from other people, putting it through your unique filter, and then it turns out as something completely unique and your own. So that is the lesson that I learned about plug and play. So my next win is a newsletter. So I had a newsletter before. It was on Substack, but no, I wasn't very like active. I had like 15 subscribers. Thank you to the 15 people that actually subscribe to my newsletter. But now I just want to scale it and take it to new heights because I actually want to be more active on my email list and actually give you guys some sauce, you know. So I'm going to change it. I'm going to move it to this new software called Beehive. And there I'm just going to be sharing like my most valuable lessons that I learned from each week. So I am recording this at December 29, 2024. And so it is Sunday. So I will be starting to write my first newsletter post, which is just going to be like it's going to be similar to this video right here where I'm just sharing my wins, but I'm going to be sharing my most valuable lesson I learned from this week and then send it as a letter in my newsletters. And so if you want the free sauce, join the newsletter. I'm telling you, bro, I have so much plans on how I'm going to work towards success and actually make it in life. And so far I have been making rapid progress and it's all thanks to God, it's all thanks to your guys' support. And because each comment, each like from you guys, it just gives me motivation to continue working, right? It's just positive feedback. So I don't know. I've been making a lot of progress in my goals. Hopefully the momentum doesn't stop. Hopefully the ball keeps rolling. And so by each week I'm gonna share like my most valuable lesson from that week. So it's just free sauce. Just join. And so my last win from this week was that I dipped my feet into the pool of crypto. Yes, I am. I'm turning into one of those people that do meme coins and stocks, bro. Because I went to a party, right? A family party, and my cousin was there, and I was just talking with him, and just somehow we like started talking about online money, and so he just brought up how he does crypto, and then I was like, "Yo, you have to put me on," and so he put me on. He told me about Photon and Phantom. So if you don't know what those are, Photon is where you actually trade the meme coins, and Phantom is like your wallet. And so he actually sent me one soul. So I I don't really know how I want to use it yet because I'm gonna use it very sparingly because it's my only one, and that's just like $200, bro. So I don't know. I'm gonna just wait for like the next chill guy type of coin to come out and just and just put like half of it into it, and hopefully we start printing. So like, ooh, actually maybe I'll make another video about how I'm learning crypto as a complete beginner, as someone who has no experience. Dude, I'm actually cooking with content ideas right now. And so, yeah, that is all of the wins from this week. Maybe I'll start doing this every single week because it was kind of fun actually, making this video and just sharing my progress. Hopefully it sort of inspired you to like, you know, keep working and continue working towards making your dreams a reality. My links to my other socials, my X, and my newsletter will be in the description. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Phase up.